Yeah, these guys are cooked. Once you do something like that on stream, I don't think there's any coming back from that. Once you cut off the dreidel pipeline, I mean, you're technically fucked. Outside of their platforms, they're fucking cooked. So I guess when trying to grift goes wrong, right? All right, so kind of speak on it about yesterday. So it says Sneako just got banned from every Jewish-owned business in Miami after he danced to an anti-Semitic song in the club last night. So here's a guy confirming, here's a dreidel confirming that I guess he's banned from a lot of shit.
You're virtually banned from every single hospitality group in the United States.
In the United States. Like, was it really worth it? You know what I mean? You can't go against dreidels. Like, you literally cannot. Like, how many... Put it like this, the same guy's song that they were reciting and singing and this and that, he's the same person that was holding the rabbi's hand. That's his name, right? The rabbi or something like that. What was the guy? Like the top dreidel? Kanye was holding his hand, apologizing, and you guys are reciting a song that is complete anti-Semitic. I don't understand what was the point of this shit. I really don't understand the point of it. Whether he's 12% or not, it doesn't matter. 12%, with you being 12%, it should make you really want to tap into your Jewish shit even more. I was looking at my ancestry results, hoping I had at least 1%, so I could really just feel like just the ultimate black man. Bro, if I would have found out I had Jewish in me, nobody would have been able to tell me shit, even for real. So doing something like this is actually kind of crazy, especially when, according to you guys, he has 12% Jewish DNA or 12% in his ancestry. My ancestry is 20% Caucasian via, English, Norway, all of that type of stuff. And then the rest is just, 32% Nigerian and some other African shit. But who cares about the African shit? The most impressive shit was the non-black.
Tao Group, Good Hospitality, Tate Group, virtually every restaurant, every venue, every nightclub, you're pretty much banned for your anti-Semitic remarks and your absolute racism and your hatred towards Jews. I thought we were friends.
We are friends. You don't want to be friends anymore?
Oh, I haven't been your friend in over a year, my man. Your anti-Semitism is blatantly disgusting. It's very, very offensive. I've hosted you thousands of times, taken care of you. I've been a true friend. And all I've ever received from you is hatred, racism, and just anti-Semitism.
When have I been racist or hateful towards you?
You always say smirky remarks. It's always.
Is this like a troll or? Well, I know they really did ban him for real, so never mind.
It's always been against Jews.
What's smirky remarks? I never talk about politics. Whenever we talk, we hang out. You bring it up. I don't talk about it.
Activist.
Wish we can get the full shit, but was it really worth it? To be in the club, right? Phone call is a troll, it's his friend on the other side. But he still got banned though. The official statement was still a thing. They said Miami though. They didn't say everywhere. They said Miami. Yeah, but once you do something like that on stream, I don't think there's any coming back from that, to be honest. Right? Once you cut off the dreidel pipeline, you cut off all potential dreidel friendships, potential dreidel money, potential dreidel sponsorships, relationships. I mean, you're technically fucked, to be honest. I don't know why anybody would want to burn that. Exactly. You fuck up the pipeline of the world. And we already know that the best people you can be in cahoots with are the dreidels. They're generous, enlighten you, they sign big checks, they believe in your dreams. It's niggas that don't, especially when you're black. You said rob you, at least it's via business, where you still get some money instead of somebody just trying to rob you for your jewelry or your shoes like a rogue. Now, real question, when's the last time you guys heard the word dreidel? Been a while, huh? Oh, I've gotten a lot of game from Rashid's. Gotten a lot of game from Dawson's, Rashid's, for sure. When you're a new age black, other ethnicities are intrigued by your energy. It's the roggy ones they don't like. It's not Blacks are not being held back by anybody. It's blacks are holding themselves back. Everybody wants to involve themselves with rogues not with rogues. Everybody wants to involve themselves with blacks and be on a positive wavelength like everybody else. It's really niggas that are ruining it. It's not everybody else. You dated a dreidel girl with the new age energy? Exactly. Like who wants to really just like what chick from a different community that doesn't come from a roggy background wants to just date a rog?
Hey.
Or you can't take a rog home. Like she might sneak out and bang you real quick for something or some aphrodisiac, but nah, you can't be brought home. You're literally a peasant.
People laughing and celebrating. I cannot believe we're even seeing this and witnessing Miami Beach.
A Miami Beach nightclub catching heat, accused of celebrating hate with a song about Hitler.
Absolute disgust.
Disgusted, horrified.
City leaders reacting to videos making the rounds on social media featuring the Kanye West song with the lyrics over and over again. The same men seen in the club, known as controversial influencers, are also...
Bro, these niggas are cooked. They got them on Channel 7 News doing this shit too. These niggas are cooked. Outside of their platforms, they're fucking cooked. So they just better keep riding this wave as long as they can because they put you motherfuckers on Channel 7 News.
in a video from a limo. In that one, they're singing, and one of them is performing.
Bro, this Myron be tripping, dude. I nigga be tripping, man.
To have people in our city celebrating this. Animals.
This is obviously not welcome in Miami Beach. It should not be welcome anywhere in the world.
And by the way, I spoke to other club operators. They are not welcome in their club. How they got into this club, open arms, I want to know how.
The videos are from Saturday night. This one inside the Club Vendome at 743 Washington Avenue. The club releasing a statement on social media that reads in part, "We want to be unequivocally clear. Vendome and our hospitality group do not condone anti-Semitism, hate speech, or prejudice of any kind." It goes on to state, "We are deeply..."
But see, of course Kanye apologized to the Dreidels because he had to. So that should have actually laid the groundwork to these guys knowing for a fact, you just don't, like, this is crazy. To be doing this shit in current day is wild. Yeah, I'm doing weird salutes. I'm fucking singing this song that is obsolete. Kanye has already apologized. On top of that, we don't know how many chakras Kanye had to take. We don't know how many dreidel cakes he had to beef, if you know what I mean. We don't know what the fuck he had to do to pick up those pieces. Because usually when you say things like this, you can't just apologize.
Disturbed by the harm caused by this incident and the circulation of this footage. The Post explains the business is looking into safeguards and procedures to make sure this doesn't happen again. As for the men in the video celebrating the song, the mayor has this message.
It's disgusting, it's shameful, and you are not welcome in Miami Beach.
Damn, these are destroyed. Oh yeah, if you see me yesterday, where the fuck you see me at then? You should have came up and dapped me up. Like, yo, LTGA.
And the club, the owners of the club or the management of the club also said in the statement that they are working to determine who allowed that song to be played so that they can be held accountable.
And they're trying to get the person that even played the song to get fired. And you know what's funny about this too? Not funny about this, but funny about the Drewski thing. So blacks were actually trying to hold Drewski accountable, saying, okay, you made fun of Christians, you made fun of blacks, you made fun of, our necks. When are you going to make fun of the dreidels? Drewski ain't that fucking stupid. Yeah, these guys are cooked. Clavicular, Andrew Tate, like I said, Chase Demore said he actually lost sponsorship money for how many people
I thought blacks knew that dreidels were a red line.
They do. But did you see a black man, fully black man there doing that? Besides, hopefully Fresh wasn't, I don't think Fresh was singing it. I hope he wasn't. If he did, he's cooked. It's really dumb for Myron and Fresh to be doing this in Miami, considering that they do reside there. It makes it even worse. And Sneako has a place in Miami. So I guess when trying to grift goes wrong, right? All right, so here's Clavicular speaking on it. See what he has to say about it.
You're banned from all Miami events and clubs? Yeah, I do it again, man. I do not apologize for what I did. You can ban me from clubs, you can shit talk me on Instagram, but I'm not sorry about any of it. Not at all. Not even a little bit. The clubs. I would rather have free speech and the ability to make jokes and do content 1,000 times over rather than being...
But anti-Semitic jokes is not jokes. Like, those aren't jokes. No stand-up comedian does dreidel jokes. Like, you just don't do dreidel jokes. And the reason why people get away with black jokes is because they're stereotypes. There's a difference. Anytime you've heard a stand-up comedian do a bit that has anything to do with dreidels, it's always been about like business or something like that. Like, it's like playful thing. Like, it's always got something to do with business. But it's never nothing like, straight to the core. It's always a business joke. You notice that? When people do stand-up bits on dreidels, it's always business jokes. That's as far as you can go. But yeah, but to say shit like this, hey, look, I guess if being edgy is worth it, okay. Exactly, yeah, exactly. The Holocaust is not a fucking joke at all. Grape soda and fried chicken is a joke. Bro, that's literally consumable things. That's foods. That's consumables. Like, watermelon to me is not a racist joke. Everybody chops up watermelon and fucks with it. Like, who doesn't grab a big juicy watermelon? That's not a black thing. Fried chicken, everybody eats it. Look at Jollibee. Look at all the places that fried chicken flourishes that's not in America. It flourishes in like Asian countries. Jollibee, KFCs, everything. It flourishes everywhere. Fried chicken's not a black thing. Everybody, blacks just make it a black thing. Who cares if somebody says fried chicken and grape soda? Since when has grape soda been a classification for blacks to where we should get pissed off about it? We should be laughing at jokes. We like to clown everybody else. We should be laughing about it. But back on topic, yeah, this guy might be cooked. With you don't want to be in bed with the not be in bed with the Jays.
And the ability to make jokes and do content 1,000 times over rather than being a little bitch who.
Damn, so throwing up a salute, throwing up an anti-dreidel salute is a joke. And saying a song saying hey, blah 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 is a joke.
Who, has to censor himself and do all that shit. Because if that's what's required to go into these dog shit Miami clubs, then keep me the fuck out. You're banned.
Man, this guy's gonna learn the hard way, man. Like I said, the thing about, I've been in the game for quite some time, so I've seen content creators come and go. I feel like this is a gimmick. Like, this shit ain't gonna last long. This whole clavicular bullshit, there's gonna be a short-lived stint. Says Tate threw who under the bus? Threw Sneako under the bus.
Played the song.
Yeah.
I think Tristan explicitly told me that Sneako played the song.
If Sneako played the song, Sneako played the song. I don't think that any of them are deeply anti-Semitic genuinely. I think they're just kids. It gets a reaction. They think they're funny. They're on the internet. I really didn't do anything wrong. I understand why some people were offended. I got on a bus. Full-grown men made decisions while I sat on my phone.
He said, look, you motherfuckers went to play around with, the fucking Dre dealers or whatever. I'm not fucking a part of it, all right? Fuck you guys. You guys did that fucking shit.
I then got off the bus and stood in a nightclub while other people played songs while I sat on...
Oh, he's making sure he has no parts of the anti-dreidel, remarks covering all tracks. He's like, I just got out of trouble.
On my phone. So it's so clear that songs like this can't be played without meeting genuine power in the world. Don't you think to somebody who is completely detached from this situation, somebody at home who has nothing to do with this situation, watches it and sits and goes, see? They are in charge of everything. I understand how these things get attached to my name. It's very inconvenient for me. I have Jewish business partners. I have tech teams in Israel. I have things going on, and I get a mess from this crap too. I'm not here to beg sorry from anybody. I was in a van, and I was in a club. That club also played songs about beating the shit out of women and shooting black people.
That's completely different. That's stereotypes versus anti-Semitic comments. That's a completely different fucking ball game. That's a completely different motherfucking ball game. Blacks sing songs. Blacks make hip hop about destroying other blacks. When the fuck have you ever seen any a dreidel rapper destroying the dreidel community? It's not about having love for XYZ. It's right in your fucking face. Bro, Drake has never destroyed dreidels on a record. What are you talking about? He's only destroyed niggas on hip hop. There are no dreidel rappers. There doesn't need to be dreidel rappers. My point exactly. They own the hip hop business. So why the fuck would they need to rap?
I didn't put any of the songs on. I'm not the DJ. If the Jewish community want to come to me and say, Andrew, we're going to drive you out of Miami or put a bullet in your head, I'll say, well, then do it, because I just sat in a car. The question is, could I have stopped it? Well, no, because I didn't even know they were doing it. What I could do is when they put it on the car is leave the car.
I think you could have stopped it. I think you could have stopped it.
How?
I think you could easily stopped it.
How?
You're the leader of all of these guys.
You're like, wait a minute. Andrew Tate, you're going to have to get chakra. Since you were in the car with these guys, a few of my friends, the dreidels, chakra.
They all follow your lead. And by the way, I even saw a clip, I think the Nicholas guy was calling you out in a clip a few weeks ago. Yeah, Sneako. He was calling you out in a couple things.
Sneako does loads of clips insulting me all the time. It's Clav and Nick who reached out to me.
Why are they trying to hold Andrew Tate accountable when all these niggas can create life? And all of them are literally, the only person that's even young is Clavicular. He's 20, but he's going to be 21 eventually. Like, he's on the verge of being a grown man. Sneako's definitely a grown-ass man. Myron's definitely a grown-ass man. Fresh is definitely a grown-ass man. Everybody else are grown men. Like, how you just going to hold Andrew Tate accountable?
in America. We've never met before. Come through. We're with Sneako. Is that okay? My reply was, Sneako always has some crybaby issue with me. If he's not going to cry his eyes out, he can come. And he came along, and he made a fucking mess. And I could sit here and blame it all on him. But that's truthfully not, I don't know, that just feels wrong to me. I'm not going to sit here and say who else it was.
But Sneako's not your friend, bro. Because in my opinion, those are the two biggest culprits. Sneako and Myron. This and...
I think he might be a dreidel too, huh? Gotta be.
Playing the song.
And even though Sneako's insulted me a trillion times, and even though he put the song on, I just don't think it's prudent for me to sit up here and throw him under the bus. Even though, you know, maybe I should. Maybe most people in my position would say, Sneako's insulted me a whole bunch of times.
He is, because that's why Andrew Tate had to hurry up and sit down with somebody from the community, because they're like, bro, you're already fucked, but we're really going to cut you off if you don't sit on our podcast and explain to us exactly what happened. You were in the car with these fuckers.
He's going to insult me again next week. That's all he ever does is flip-flop. I didn't even want him there. He got invited by the other guys. He put the song on. He got me in trouble. Perhaps I should sit here and just blame some other dude. But what I'm actually just going to do is tell my side of the story. Tomorrow, the BBC is going to print Andrew Tate, misogynist, sits on Patrick Bet-David podcast. And my ideas are dangerous because they're convincing young men to do dangerous things. Crime against women is bad because of Andrew Tate. And they're going to say it's because of me on podcasts with my ideas.
Make women women again.
Yep.
The answer is certainly not feminism and wokeism, but the answer is certainly not keeping your women in hijabs. So which one is it?
Correct. Right. So we need to be complementary.
When you were in prison and you said, none of my Christian guys will write me letters, but my God, I got a lot of letters from Muslims.
Yeah.
And then you chose to become a Muslim yourself. Okay?
Yes.
And you're still practicing? Would you still consider yourself? Yes.
Yes.
Have you thought about leaving and going back to Christianity?
No. So do I want to live in America and Miami? Yes. But I don't want to live in a clown show. I don't want to live in this mess. I have 4 women with 6 children in Dubai. I'm going to bring them all here. I'm going to bring all my kids. I'm going to buy all these houses and all these things, knowing that everyone's after.
How did you come up with dreidel, LOL?
How did I come up with dreidel? Adolescent years. So when I was a child, right, and I went to a private school, they've been teaching us about the Jewish community. That was a big part of me going to private school. I went to like multiple private Christian schools, but they always would talk about, like, they would always make sure that when they talked about like Christmas and everything, they made sure that on the other side we learned about the Jewish community as well. So I just dialed back into what I grew up knowing about.
3 years ago, Dubai is the place for you. If you want to go, the exchange.
But isn't that wrong?
No, it's not. It's the life you're choosing to live.
What's the life I'm choosing to live? My life is cleaner than 99% of people in this city. There are people here in this free country living lives far more degenerate than anything I do.
It's a wooden thing, but come on, let's not think at surface level. If I say dreidel, you think I just pulled the shit out of my ass, or did I know about something that knows about something that has to do with that goes along with that?
I sit on the internet with opinions. I sit on my laptop and I go to the gym. That's it.
So I'll ask you this.
Understand.
You want to go back to the UK and live under a sham democracy communism?
Of course not.
You want to go live under Sharia law in Iran?
I understand.
Hell no.
Listen.
So yes, I understand America has problems.
Yep.
But you're coming into the wrong...
Exactly. It's not that... Exactly. It's something simple. We always come up with code shits here. I'm black, so I could always say black this, black that. Right? But when I start speaking on other shit, I'm always going to come up with something nice and playful and quick that is not offensive at all. So you already know we always create lingo here. We got infinite lingo in this chat. You said he's young, but... Why are we making excuses? I'm not making excuses for Clavicular at all. He's on the verge of being a grown-ass man. And he's 20 and he's fully functional and knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. I knew exactly what the fuck I was doing when I was single-digit years. I knew what I said. I knew what was bad. I knew what was not. I knew what I should have been doing and what I should have not have been doing. So we got to stop holding people accountable just because they're not fucking 25 yet. That's bullshit. You said these guys have no power. They're clowns. They just have a big podcast. So you're going to say that you don't think they have connections? Let's think a little bit logical here.
To play the America's Bad victim card.
I
mean, we don't have to react to the full shit, but Andrew Tate basically wants 0 parts of alleged rejoicefulling slander of the dreidel community. He said, does Clav do shit with Aiden Ross? Yeah, but will he do shit? I don't know if he does shit with Aiden Ross after this, because I'm pretty sure Aiden Ross got calls like, yo, you can't fuck with this kid anymore. So we'll see.